What the fuck just happened? Are we in the right universe? Is this real life? What's the fucking catch with this? Like the cup race finish, I'm about as in utter shock as every other fan. We'll get to that, though, when we get to it, because we got an Xfinity race to talk about. Because we had the Cup and Xfinity at Daytona this week, so Xfinity, well, it was pretty meh. It was a mediocre race. I mean, the pack racing was pretty good, though. The 2 and 3 wide racing, we need more of that, not the fucking freight train bullshit. Now, Ross Chastain wins. He gets his second career Xfinity win. Running for Clough Racing, you know, and initially we had a 1-2-3 Clough Racing with Chastain first, Justin Haley second, and initially AJ Allmendinger third, but hold up. We got a disqualification. Yep, get the ref on the flag, beep. Because AJ Allmendinger's car failed post-race inspection, and as a result, AJ Allmendinger has been disqualified and moved to last place, moving Christopher Bell to third and then everybody else up a spot. So in the end, no 1-2-3 finish for Clough Racing. Instead, it's a 1-2. Hey, 1-2 is not bad, but still, you could have had a 1-2-3. Damn it, AJ. You had one fucking job. You blew it. But hey, Chastain gets another win. So, top teams in Xfinity. Anyone mind giving Chastain a top ride in Xfinity next season? He has the talent. Someone give him a goddamn ride. I swear to God, if Chastain doesn't have a top ride in Xfinity in 2020, I'm gonna flip shit. But yeah, of course Xfinity's back next week in Kentucky. Yes, we go to Kentucky next. Oh joy. At least trucks are back next week. F1 will be back in Silverstone. Whoopee. And IndyCar is also back next week in Toronto. We finally get IndyCar back. Hooray. Been a while. But now to the Cup race. Well, we had to wait till Sunday for this one because it rained all of Saturday, so we got no night racing. So it became a Sunday afternoon race. So yeah. Entering this race, I was like, oh boy, how much of a disaster is this going to be? Because remember, the last Daytona race, July race that got moved to a Sunday afternoon race was 2014. And we all saw how much of a demolition derby that race was. And that race ended up being rain-shorn and won. And keep in mind of the rain-shorn part. That's going to come important later on. I mean, first half of stage 1, it was pretty good. You know, the 2 and 3 wide racing in the field. The second half of the stage after green flag pit stops was complete boredom, where they just freight trained the entire rest of the way until the last lap when they actually decided to fucking race. Stage 2 was actually pretty good. You actually had 2 and 3 wide in the field for a bit. So, yeah. And then stage 3, it was pretty meh. Like, the race, it was just mediocre at best. Like, nothing really happened until, like, around 35 to go. And that was when the big one struck. That pretty much took out the entire field. And if you want my thoughts on the big one, this one is 100% on Austin Dillon. Because Clint Bowyer went to make a run, Austin came down on Clint to make a block and wrecked the entire field. Except Byron and Jimmy Johnson both made it out of it alive. Somehow they found a way when they were right in the middle of the hornet's nest. But yeah. Actually, if anything, we don't just blame Austin Dillon. We also blame Austin Dillon's spotter because he never told Austin Dillon he wasn't clear. When Bowyer clearly had a run on him. I don't know. Blame Austin Dillon or blame Austin Dillon's spotter. Take your pick, folks. LOL. Either way, the blame is still on the 3 car. But yeah, and then of course, then became the clusterfuck. Because as soon as Byron and Jimmy Johnson get the lead, and keep in mind, right after this, there was a giant-ass rain cloud right by the track. So then after this, Byron and Jimmy Johnson go to pit road to top up on fuel. Hands the lead to Kurt Busch and the rest of the shipmobiles. And right as they're coming to 1 to go, Kurt Busch and a few of the other shitmobiles then come to pit road to top up on fuel. It hands the lead to Justin Haley. And as they're coming down the backstretch, the truck lights on the truck comes on, and then a lightning bolt strikes. And then the cars have to come down pit road because since this is an outdoor sport, by rule of outdoor sports, whenever there's a lightning strike within, I think it's an 8-mile radius, you gotta stop the action for at least 30 minutes. So then we're waiting for 30 minutes. So then 30 minutes pass, some little rain fell in turn 4, they dried up. As everyone gets strapped back into their cars, another lightning bolt strikes. And then they have to set the 30-minute clock again. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Damn it, we were so fucking close. And then 15 minutes left in this 30-minute clock waiting. And then downpours on the track. And then, in the end, after almost 2 hours under the red flag, Justin Haley, driving for Spire Motorsports in the 77, is officially declared your winner of the 2019 Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. The biggest what the fuck moment of this fucking season. The biggest upset winner of this fucking decade. Because let me put this in perspective. You want to know what Justin Haley's odds were in Vegas for this race? They were 1,000 to 1. He didn't even have his own category. He was in the category rest of the field. Because you look at the Vegas odds, you see all the big name drivers on the board. And at the very bottom, you see rest of the field. And that's where Justin Haley was. He was in the rest of the field category. So 1,000 to 1. So what Haley did had pretty much like around a 0 point decimal something. Like less than a 1% chance of happening. So Justin Haley defied the odds. Part of this is because of Kurt Busch's decision to go on pit road. Like, I don't understand why Kurt Busch went to pit road there. It's like, there's a giant rain cloud. What the fuck was Matt McCall thinking? Like, there's a rain cloud coming. You know rain is coming. You've heard there are reports of lightning in the area. If I'm the crew chief in a one car, I'm telling Kurt Busch to stay out for as long as possible and take my chances. I'm telling him to take my chances because possibly the race could end. You know, take your chances. So, Haley mainly won because Kurt Busch's crew chief, Matt McCall, decided to go full retard. But, you know, hey, congrats to Justin Haley. You know, it's perfect. You know, it's a perfect way for Haley to get it done after we go a full circle. Because remember, it was 1 year ago where Justin Haley got fucked over by that bullshit passing below the yellow line shit at Daytona and Xfinity last year. And no, you cannot convince me. Haley didn't even go below the yellow line. He went on the line, but he never went below it. He stayed on the line. He didn't go below it. And hell, Haley never even advanced his position. He was already ahead of Sadler and Kyle Larson when he went down on the line. He was already ahead, so he never advanced his position. But honestly, I felt like the only reason NASCAR ended up giving that win to Larson was just to make up for Kyle Busch dumping Larson at Chicagoland last year. I think anyone else's guess on why they fucking fucked Justin Haley over is as good as mine. Your guess is good as mine, folks. But yeah, 1 year later, here we are. Haley is a Cup winner. And it happens at Daytona, the most iconic racetrack in the world. You know what else is fucking sad? Spire Motorsports got a win this year before Stewart-Haas. That's just sad. And funny. And sad. Still sad regardless. But yeah, and since Justin Haley is an Xfinity regular, this does not affect the chase at all. Because this is like his third and final, because he was running part-time in 77 this year, mainly for the plate tracks. And he gets a win in his third career Cup start at age 20. Oh man, Spire Motorsports about to get a bunch of sponsorships out the ass for that win. Biggest upset and win in NASCAR since 2016, when Chris Buescher won at Pocono for front row. But yeah. That's just the beauty of sports. The beauty. The old saying, any given Sunday. Any top team can have a bad day. Momentum always changes on a dime. We all know the story, David versus Goliath. Yeah, today, Haley was David. And David beat a Goliath today. That's just the beauty of sports. Anything can happen any day in a week. Anything. Just gotta believe. But yeah, congrats to Haley. But you know what? Let's all enjoy this one. Let's enjoy this race, because you remember last week when I said that this season's been like an up and down roller coaster ride? Well, get ready. Because look at the July races this month. July's about to be an absolute downhill on the roller coaster, because next week we go to Kentucky. Oh boy, Kentucky. That race is sucked every fucking year. It gets better though, because after Kentucky, then we go to New Hampshire. And then we go to Pocono. Oh fucking joy. So July is gonna fucking suck. And the next only watchable race we have left is Watkins Glen. After that, it's going to be Watkins Glen in August. So, we're going to have no watchable races till August. But fuck. And odds are Kentucky, it's probably going to either be Kyle Busch or Martin Truex. I think it's maybe going to be Truex, because Truex has won every stage at Kentucky. I think it's going to be a Gibbs car winning at Kentucky next week, because Gibbs and Toyota own that track like the back of their hand. So yeah, get ready for a Joe Gibbs domination next Saturday night. At least we got IndyCar in Toronto. That race will honestly be more exciting than Kentucky. And oh yeah, Truck Chase. Oh yeah, the Truck Chase is just around the corner, because Truck Chase starts at Bristol next month. Yeah, you thought last year's Chase schedule was fucked up. It's more fucked up this year, because the Truck Chase starts at Bristol. Cup Chase doesn't start till Las Vegas in September, and the Xfinity Chase doesn't start till Richmond the week after the Cup Chase starts. It's gonna be so fucked up. And if anyone's wondering, I'm doing 2 Chase prediction videos. I'm gonna do one for trucks only, and then the second one is gonna be Cup and Xfinity. Because if you look at the Xfinity points, like Ryan Seek has a race and a half lead over 13th place Gray Galding in the points. And honestly, unless major disaster happens, I don't see Galding winning his way in. So the only way Galding's going to have any hope in hell of making the chase is if Ryan Seek goes on a massive wreck fest and wrecks like 3 or 4 races in a row, and Galding can take advantage. But yeah, it is what it is. I have no problem with I have no problem with a Truck Series regular winning Xfinity. It's not a cup leech, so I got no problem with it. I got no problem with truck drivers racing Xfinity. I think it's fair game. Same deal with Xfinity and trucks. Xfinity drivers racing in trucks, I have no problem with that either. But yeah, next week, Kentucky. Get ready for hell, folks. And by the way, my liquor cabinet is open for business if you want to join in my sorrows. But yeah, let's just enjoy Daytona while we can, because Kentucky's about to become a massive reality check. But yeah, I think I got on enough with this video. Race overall 5 out of 10. Wasn't a good race, but it wasn't 100% terrible. But yeah. I wish Justin Haley would have won fair and square like it went to the end. I wish they would have gone back, and then Haley could win the right way. Win straight up, no excuses. But, we can't have nice things like that. Mother Nature ain't that kind to us. Hopefully next week we don't get rain in Kentucky. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, folks. Hope everyone has a great day, and yeah, peace out.